Hello Blizzard fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between MontyPython and mEanMachiNe on Dash and Terminal, the latter edition. This is a Terran versus Terran, and I'm thinking about labeling replays below Masters level just so I don't get so many complaints about non-Masters, Grandmaster, or Pro level games. Alright, in the top of Dash and Terminal, the latter edition, we have the red Terran player. It is MontyPython. And on the right side of Dash and Terminal, the latter edition, we have the blue Terran player. It is mEanMachiNe. Alright, so this is a TVT that was submitted to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. You too can submit your replays to me at that address, and I will cast them depending on how interesting they are and with the approval of my screener Squeaks. Alright, so both players open up with a supply depot, which is pretty standard because you need a supply depot before you can build a barracks. And mEanMachiNe is getting gas, and MontyPython is not. So we'll see what MontyPython is up to. Planning on building a bunch of Marines, or just expanding really early. Oh, there we go. SCV coming on out, does have enough money for a command center, and boop, there it goes. Okay, so pretty quick expand there, even before barracks from our red Terran player. Blue Terran does have a barracks coming up, does have that gas. Probably a Reaper expand here. A Reaper might do pretty well against MontyPython, considering he doesn't have anything here to defend, just barely starting his barracks. It is a two-player map. You don't have to spend any time scouting. The Reaper knows exactly where it's supposed to go, and if you can hop up, that's a pretty short rush distance. If you're right here, you just go across the way, and there's your opponent's gold, and then you're there in the other person's base. So it's not too difficult at all. The long way to run is basically down this way, and all the way up this way, and all the way here. That is really shaky. I probably shouldn't do that anymore. Anyway, a factory is coming up, so it is a 1-1-1 build, and actually getting a Marine is mEanMachiNe. So going for some more defense here, not going to be too aggressive. Just have a Marine here just to deal with anything that might want to come and try to kill him. Like, for example, a Reaper. Neither player has scouted much at all at this point. So I believe MontyPython definitely has the upper hand here, going for a double gas this early, right after that barracks, and with his command center just nearing completion. So we're looking at teching up, we're looking at getting a ton of workers, getting that orbital command, making it happen, and then getting something really awesome coming on up here. So let's see what's exactly in the bag or planned here for both of these players, because right now I honestly don't know what to tell you. MontyPython is getting a factory as well, so definitely going to be that kind of 1-1-1 thing. Starport, yep, there's the starport from mEanMachiNe. We're flipping over the factory onto the reactor to get some Hellions out, possibly. Whoa, lifting up. There we go, repositioning properly onto that reactor and getting a couple Hellions out. Might be a good idea, because look at this. This base is entirely in the open. It is undefended. These Marines are here, but Marines don't do very well against Hellions, because Hellions do extra damage against light with that little fire attack that they have. So we'll have to see if MontyPython can handle this aggression, because mEanMachiNe doesn't look like he's planning on expanding anytime soon. He's continuing again with that starport. He is getting a reactor on that barracks as well. Looks like possibly... Oh wait, what are these Hellions doing up here? They're not moving out. And we're is this just drop play? This very well could just be drop play for mEanMachiNe. So yeah, assuming what comes out of the starport here, the answer is going to be something, because there's a lot of minerals and gas here. And yeah, there's a starport, a medevac coming out of that starport. The tech lab is being built onto the factory, so this could be just Marines and Hellions, and possibly a tank drop here against MontyPython. We'll have to see how he's going to be able to handle that, because again, looks like a one base all-in type of play here. Is it going to succeed or is it not? I don't know what to tell you. I have not watched this replay before. So it's a supply depot over here, like an extra 2.5 seconds of scouting time before your stuff gets dropped in your base. I don't know. Extra barracks are coming up for MontyPython, definitely going that bio route, getting medevacs of his own, and yes, there is a tank in production for mEanMachiNe. So this is a pretty interesting play here with medevacs, Hellions, Marines, and a siege tank on the way. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this composition before. mEanMachiNe is getting a second command center, so it's not a crazy, completely 100% one base all in, but still sort of is. Meanwhile, a drop's coming over here with Hellions and Marines from MontyPython. So let's see what that's going to do. Are we just going to miss each other here? That does happen sometimes. You lift up, move out. Meanwhile, the enemy's moving on into your base, and you're not there to defend. It turns into something of a base race. But we're waiting for the tank before we push. Look at that, perfectly using the amount of space available for this one medevac. Boop. Still have a couple empty slots there. I'm going to put some SCVs in there to repair, I assume, to repair that siege tank. And MontyPython coming in as soon as that leaves. There is a missile turret, but dance around that, and we get both the Hellions and all the Marines in here. The SCVs are attacking, but this is an excellent position here for mEanMachiNe. Kind of shooting the wrong direction with that Hellion, but a lot of stuff is dying. And there is still a Hellion back there, but it does get killed at the same time. So that's about it. And picking up here, oh, I think we're going to land, yep, land in the gold. Medevac heading on out, heading on back home. But meanwhile, here comes mEanMachiNe with his drop. He has a lot more SCVs, a tank in here into siege node automatically. A lot of SCVs are definitely dying. A tank of MontyPython's own and a few Marines come on up, but I'm not sure it's enough. Look at this, stimming forward. All the Marines are dead. The tank is forced to retreat, forced to get on out of there. It is not a safe place to be at all. All these SCVs are hanging out here in the corner, getting burned alive by the Hellions. Add-ons are dying left and right. Oh, MontyPython's tank does get 5 kills there, which is pretty nice. Basically going after siege tanks at this point, trying to supply block the Red Terran player, mEanMachiNe. I'm not sure how Monty's going to hold this off. He does have 2 tanks, which is nice. And he actually does get a couple shots off, taking out, oh, 2 of the Marines. Are all the Marines gone for mEanMachiNe? I think they are. And does get the tank as well, even with the repair coming up from the SCVs. Picking up and boosting out of there is the medevac for mEanMachiNe. And as the dust settles, let's take a look here. MontyPython has 27 workers. mEanMachiNe has 21. So not super fantastic. Plus the gold base has been taken here by mEanMachiNe. Resources lost tab shows 1,800 minerals and 125 gas lost for MontyPython. mEanMachiNe has lost 1,200 minerals and about 129 gas. So just about a 600 mineral difference there between the two players. Nothing too crazy, but again, I think this gold base is really going to kick in. Although again, remember, we have 2 bases up for MontyPython for quite a while, and he does have more workers at this point. So the gold base will help with that in some regards. The income tab shows what? Fairly even. mEanMachiNe is definitely ahead though in that mineral count, even with the lower harvesters, because again, that gold is just so better, or so nice rather. We're bringing siege tanks in here again as MontyPython, trying to find a place to drop. Medevacs are heading on out for mEanMachiNe along the top of the map. Going to try to drop here, maybe possibly try to kill that armory there. But this is a lot of Marines here with these 2 tanks coming right up, dropping on the high ground. There's nothing really here to defend it. A couple Marines and a Hellion. The Marines coming up the front door as well, but dropping back here, killing all the SCVs in this mineral line. And yes, definitely going after that armory, trying to prevent additional teching and additional upgrades. And all the SCVs getting pulled off the line, deciding instead to retreat. This is not the place to be. These guys aren't even attacking. They're on hold position or something. They all get destroyed by this huge group of Marines. But meanwhile, again, Marines, tanks taking out all the workers at this base. Coming on back home are some medevacs, but I'm not sure why. It's a wrong place to be. Wrong place, wrong time. 1 medevac ends up dead. The other 2, I think, are going to manage to escape there. Meanwhile, has MontyPython actually scouted that base down there? He absolutely has. Marines, oh, here it is. Marines versus tank. The tank in the back doing a lot of damage against these Marines. Coming on forward, stimming forward. Stutter stepping forward, and a tank shot on the tank from the back. Got a little bit too close, but all of the units for mEanMachiNe in this area are completely gone. This tank is still alive with 16 kills. It is a captain. This base has been completely locked down. There's nothing here anymore whatsoever. The tank on the high ground for MontyPython is trying to snipe down this planetary fortress all by his lonesome. He'll be able to do it. It will take a while, though, without the SCVs repairing it. And it doesn't look like they're intending to do that. Again, the tank back here killing everything. MontyPython is supply blocked, but right now the units tab does show us that it is 29 Marines and 3 tanks for MontyPython versus nothing by way of army here. Bringing Marines in here for some reason, taking shots from that planetary fortress for no idea at all. Finally picking up and busting out after these Marines came after that tank. There is definitely a base up here though for mEanMachiNe, so he's not really mining from anywhere except this single SCV and a few SCVs and a mule here up on this island base. Yeah, here the SCVs are definitely repairing the planetary right now, but it's really hurting the amount of minerals that mEanMachiNe has. The tanks should be going after the SCVs. The splash damage is not hurting them. Dropping on top of the tanks, though, forcing a liftoff and forcing a boost on out of there was mEanMachiNe. So again, a bit of a small reset here. It is 62 to 24 supply, 16 workers to 11 total for mEanMachiNe. MontyPython definitely up in that regard. Tank again trying to kill stuff, forced to run away, boost away onto that high ground with the Marines. Now this is an attack that makes a lot more sense for MontyPython, supporting the tank with some Marines. But again, that Planetary is a kind of a big deal. Planetary does a great job against Marines, especially if they don't have any upgrades whatsoever. They don't have combat shield, they don't have plus combat infantry armor. And so going up against Planetary is an exercise in futility. Coming in for another drop, though, is mEanMachiNe, just as the command center lands again for MontyPython. 2 Marines pop out at the perfectly wrong time. They both end up dead. 3 more Marines come on in, try to get through the healing provided by that medevac. Again, we tried to attack the Planetary, but just a terrible idea. Not a great idea. You're going to lose so much stuff. A tank comes in as well, does get destroyed, gets picked up. Marauders doing a great job here, but finally, I think mEanMachiNe's had enough. He's going to pick up and move on out. Resources lost tab does show about 6,000 minerals lost for mEanMachiNe's. mEanMachiNe's only lost about 4,500, but has lost more in the gas count. Trying to get an angle wherein they can attack and not die are these Marines. We now have 2 tanks going after the Planetary. It is not being repaired now. It is finally at the last second. It is definitely being repaired. But is it going to be enough, is the question. More attacks up here with Marauders and Marines, but finally the Marine count is high enough for MontyPython to clean that up entirely. And that's it. mEanMachiNe calls the GG. He is going to lose his only mining base, except for this one, I guess. I don't know. Was that scouted out? No, this was a completely hidden base as far as MontyPython was concerned. So maybe mEanMachiNe could have come back, but there's mining bases here for Monty, this one as well. So I suppose it was a good decision. Alright, so this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.